Welcome to No Tears for Black Girls. Today we'll delve into two accounts of ire and cruelty. In our first narrative, we'll explore the story of Caitlin Elizabeth, a 31-year-old hairstylist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, whose world they turned upside down on the 19th of September 2023. 46-year-old Rashad Williams drove by and opened fire on her in an unprovoked instance of road rage in Van Zant County, Texas. In our second story, track Zaiylah Bronson's anguish as she navigates through being a domestic abuse survivor. An ambitious student at Wichita State University, Kansas, who was studying to be a math teacher, 19-year-old Zaiylah was 16 and a half weeks pregnant with her first child whose gender she had discovered. I'm Samantha Paul. Let us get started. Caitlin Elizabeth, a 31-year-old hairstylist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was traveling through Texas with her family and a baby when she met an unthinkable fate. Rashad Williams, a 46-year-old driver of an 18-wheeler, opened fire on Caitlin on I-20 in a case of road rage. They shot her in the face and pronounced dead at the scene. Senta Holmes, Caitlin's mother, recalled the horror of being told about her daughter's death while on the phone. My other daughter called me to say that a guy driving an 18-wheeler had shot my daughter in the face. They said he had followed them before ending up beside each other. My daughter asked if there was a problem because they couldn't pass him. As soon as she said that, my other daughter shouted she was getting the baby, and my daughter-in-law started driving, not expecting him to shoot. Holmes recounted to the television station. The other occupants in the vehicle were unharmed.
Van Zant County Precinct 4 Constable Pat Jordan spotted a truck matching the description of Williams' truck and immediately pulled it over.
In this business, we always think that, we work hard to solve cases, but sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. But if I would have sat there and missed that vehicle in that 15-second range, we'd probably still have a whodunit.
Williams stopped about 17 minutes later and told the officer he had gotten into a dispute with a black female. He claimed that as he drove, a vehicle logged up next to his, they got into an argument, and she threw something at his truck, Jordan said. I asked him, "Did you point a gun at them?" Yeah. Did you fire it? I don't know. At this point, I knew it was him, the officer relayed, according to KLTV. I'm putting my trust in God, my family and friends, Holmes told YFB-TV. Williams was jailed on charges of murder and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They set his bond at $1.7 million.
Other stuff.
Holmes says her daughter was a beautician and was well known around Baton Rouge.
She was very talented. She's very loving. She was a giving person, and she was Katie.
Avery Niles, KLTV 7 News.
46-year-old Rashad Williams of Illinois remains in jail tonight, charged with murder and 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Caitlin Elizabeth's body was taken back to Baton Rouge today, and family members say her funeral will be held at a later date.
Our second story is about Zaiylah Bronson, a student at Wichita State University in Kansas. She was studying to become a math teacher, according to her mother. Zaiylah was just 19 years old, 16 and a half weeks pregnant, and full of hope. She had just found out the gender of her child and was looking forward to being a mother. Zaiylah Bronson, her mother, spoke to the local station KAKE about the pregnancy and what to expect in the coming months. She had just found out that she was having a boy, Zaiylah told KAKE. We had that conversation, and even a separate one when I asked what name she'd picked. But all she said was, "Mom, it's a surprise," Bronson recounted. Authorities found Zaiylah Bronson's body in the trunk of a car on August 26, 2023, outside an apartment complex, soon after her conversation with Zaiylah, where she revealed that she was having a boy, and it was going to be a surprise. I just dropped to the floor, declared Zaiylah Bronson of that fateful day. Officers wrenched her out of the trunk and attempted resuscitation, but were unsuccessful. They pronounced her dead on site, The Wichita Police Department arrested Alexander Lewis, 22, on charges of first and second-degree murder for the deaths of Bronson and her unborn child. They found Bronson's body inside Lewis's car. Detectives suspected Lewis after they received a phone call from one of Lewis's family members in North Carolina claiming he may have assaulted her. Lewis and Bronson had been in a relationship. Investigators said Bronson lost her life because of domestic violence. Friends and family of Bronson started a GoFundMe to cover funeral expenses. Bronson was a vivacious soul with goals, aspirations, and affection to share. Yet she was unexpectedly and sadly taken from us because of domestic violence, the GoFundMe reads.
She had a big heart. She loved to sing. She was singing gospel songs, working with a gospel artist there in Wichita. And she, she's just a peaceful, loving, pleasant person. And it hurts. And this tragedy has touched and hurt a lot of people. It's by the grace of God and His strength that I am able to move and walk and talk and express and stand strong, because without God's strength, I would not be able to do anything.
The person she is, I can promise you she's smiling down and just letting everybody know it's okay. I'm okay. If you're a victim or going through any type of domestic violence, there are so many programs and people you can talk to without getting your family involved if you want to keep it a secret. Just utilize those services. Domestic violence is not okay.
The abhorrent evil of domestic violence still ravages the lives of Black women in our country. Reports from The Guardian show that 4 Black women and girls die daily because of this issue. Research has found Black women exposed to high numbers of murder, rape, racism, and abuse cases, even if we exclude fatalities. You don't have to be a victim. Be mindful of the warning signs of a destructive relationship. If you or someone you know is considering suicide or engaging in self-harm, contact the U.S. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK. They also provide live chat support. Crisis Text Line offers free 24/7 confidential aid via text when dialing 741741. Should you experience domestic abuse, seek help by calling the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. If you enjoyed our podcast and would like to show us your support, please subscribe, like, share, and leave us a positive rating on our podcast. Be loved, be blessed, stay safe.